Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a serious situation unfolding right now, and if you're in Queensland or northern New South Wales, you'll want to hear this. Cyclone Alfred is barreling towards our shores, and it's not pulling any punches. The latest update from Prime Minister Anthony Albanese just dropped, and let me tell you, it's a mix of reassurance, warning, and a hard dose of reality. But here's the real question. Are we actually prepared?
Or is this another disaster waiting to expose how vulnerable we really are?
Stick with me because we are breaking down exactly what's happening, what Albo's promising, and whether the government is truly stepping up, or just spinning the usual political yarn. So, this morning, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese fronted the media, addressing the looming disaster Cyclone Alfred is bringing. And in true Aussie fashion, he didn't sugarcoat it. "These are tough times," he said. "But Australians are tough people." Now, we've all heard that line before. Politicians love a good Aussie battler speech when disaster strikes. But let's be real. Toughness only gets us so far. People in Lismore, for example, are still recovering from past floods, yet here we are again, bracing for another hit. Albo mentioned he spoke with the mayor of Lismore, Steve Krieg, who admitted it's been another rough night.
Krieg and his partner are among thousands still trying to rebuild their lives.
They've been hit over and over again, yet they are expected to just keep pushing through. Sound familiar?
But here's where it gets interesting.
Albanese didn't just talk about resilience, he actually acknowledged that this is a nationwide effort. He stressed that there are no political sides in a crisis, no state borders when it comes to disaster response. And let's be honest, that's a message a lot of Aussies need to hear right now. So, what exactly are we in for? The cyclone's movement has slowed, meaning landfall will be later than expected. At first, authorities thought it would hit in the early hours of Friday, but now that's been pushed back. You might be thinking, well, that's good news, right? Not necessarily. Slower cyclones often mean they have more time to intensify, and while it's still predicted to be a Category 2 system, that could change. And here's the kicker. It's not just about the moment the winds hit.
This storm is bringing three major threats.
Storm surges and massive tides. Coastal communities need to be on high alert. Severe winds. Alfred's approach will be anything but gentle. Flooding, both flash and riverine. This is the big one. Even after the winds die down, the water levels could keep rising for days. So if you're thinking, once the storm passes, we are all good, think again.
The worst might only begin after the cyclone moves inland.
Now, Albo's promising that all levels of government, state, federal, and local, are working together. He mentioned Queensland Premier Stephen Miles, NSW Premier Chris Minns, and Opposition Leader David Crisafulli all being in lockstep with the response efforts. He also talked about coordination with supermarkets, banks, telcos, freight companies, you name it. That all sounds great in a press conference, but we've heard promises before. The real question is, will everything be in place when people actually need it? Emergency response isn't just about big speeches, it's about making sure the bloke in a flood-prone town actually has supplies, power, and support when the storm hits. Albanese had a clear message for Australians in affected areas. We have your back. He said every Aussie, no matter where they are, is thinking of those about to face the storm. And yeah, that's comforting, but thoughts and prayers don't rebuild homes. Action does. So, as we head into the next 48 hours, the big question remains, are we as ready as we claim to be?
Or will Cyclone Alfred expose the cracks in our disaster response once again?
We'll be keeping a close eye on this one. If you're in the affected areas, take this seriously. Prep now, stay informed, and most importantly, stay safe, legends. If you found this update valuable, hit that like button, subscribe for more breaking news, and let us know in the comments, do you think the government is doing enough? Or are Aussies being left to fend for themselves yet again? This is Aussie Pulse, signing off. Stay strong, stay smart, and we'll see you in the next one.